Chapter 1. The Mark of Luther. The sky over the city looked like a bruise that never healed, dark purple bleeding into black, a sky that remembered every bad thing that had ever happened beneath it, and maybe even kept score. From the roof of a long dead high-rise, a man stood still as stone, watching it all. His coat, black cracked leather, snapped in the wind like it had something to say. It clung to his back like the memory of war. His name was Luther, at least that's what people whispered. The rest, man, monster, myth, depended on how many drinks you'd had and how many ghosts you carried. Below him, the city breathed through its teeth. Hot metal, gasoline, smoked blood, the kind of city where even God wore a bulletproof vest. Sirens wailed in the distance, long, lonely cries that sounded like wolves remembering how to grieve. Somewhere close, a scream, a child crying, tires biting pavement, then nothing. The kind of silence that makes your bones ache. Luther closed his eyes and he listened. Not just with ears, but with whatever was left of his soul. He heard it all, the crackle of broken promises, the whimper of addicts slipping into their final high, the backhanded prayers of mothers rocking empty cribs. He didn't judge them. He remembered being human. But tonight he heard something else. A voice, barely a whisper. "Old soft?" Desperate, please, just bring him home. It hit him like a cigarette burn on the heart. Not loud, but clean, an old woman's prayer. Simple, pure. The kind of plea that could cross dimensions if it meant finding her boy. He opened his eyes. They weren't glowing. Not really, but they felt like they were. Burning low behind the mask. Like the last embers in a fireplace that refuses to go cold. And then he screamed, not a man's scream. Not anymore, this was something older. Something else. The sound ripped through the air like a funeral march played backward. Violent, impossible, final. Down on the streets, people felt it in their ribs. Dice fell off tables. Guns slipped from sweaty hands. Gangbangers looked to the sky like it had just spoken their name. Even the crooked cops paused, a shiver crawling down their backs like an invisible rat with cold feet. In the gutters in the graveyard, spirits stirred. The nasty kind, the feeders. They knew that sound and they didn't like it. From alleyways to chapels, a whisper slithered, "He's back." Meanwhile, on the other side of the city, inside a little apartment on the third floor of a crumbling building, an old woman prayed. The air smelled like Vicks, frankincense, and thyme. Wallpaper peeled like skin. A candle flickered on a wobbly table. Next to it, a photograph of a boy too young to be dead. A Bible, its spine cracked like an old back. And two portraits, MLK and Jesus. Both worn, both watching. She knelt, knees popping, heart tight. "Please, Lord, just bring him home," she murmured. "I don't care how." And here's the part nobody tells you. Sometimes the Lord doesn't answer your prayer. Sometimes something else does. She blew out the candle, turned toward the bedroom, but never made it. The window shattered with a violence that felt personal. Glass exploding like the room had been punched by the night itself. A body flew through it, twisting, tumbling. He landed hard, blood dragging across the rug like someone painting the end of the world. He groaned alive. Barely, the woman screamed. A raw, torn sound. "Oh my God! This city's full of demons." She staggered, hand clutched her chest. And then she felt it. Not a chill, not a breeze. A weight, a presence. Like someone had dropped the moon behind her. She turned, slow as molasses in winter, and there he was, Luther. Big as a bad memory. Silent as a sermon in hell. His mask wasn't a mask. It was a warning, a monument. It looked like a man who used to believe in peace and had been betrayed by it. His voice rumbled up from somewhere deeper than earth. "Your prayers brought me here." He stepped forward. The floor creaked like it knew better. "And your prayers and saved him from my hands." She didn't collapse, she knelt. Not in terror, but in awe. Because when monsters cry out and saints go missing, sometimes God sends something back wearing both their faces.